Welcome back, my fellow game developers. In this video, as promised, we've added a bit of brutality to the way our enemy dies. So now when I shoot him with 2 bullets, look what happens. 1, 2, and you can see the blood splashing from him. Now, even though he's a skeleton, technically he doesn't have blood, but let's use our imagination and figure something out. Anyways, let's not waste any more time. The challenge in this video will be let's say, me versus you, who can do the challenge faster. So, I need your full attention and concentration. Let's not waste any more time, and let's get started. Which is a new kind of challenge, and who can do it faster. Why? Because you have all the tools necessary. We're doing something that we've done a lot of times before, so my goal right now is to see who can do it faster. Can you do it faster than me? And we're going to have a small competition. Before we start, create a splatter from the sprites, so the animation, create a serialized field of the death splatter. Where should it be? And finally, before we destroy the enemy, we are going to instantiate this death splatter. So I hope you're up to the challenge. Let's not waste any more time and let's get started. Don't pause the video. Let's go. Okay, so first thing, no pressure guys, no pressure. It's not like you're going against the instructor. Anyways, blood splatter. We are inside of the sprites. I'm going to go in here and we have already everything sliced up. I'm going to add it to this file, open up, there we go, you can see it right here. Let's go ahead and right click, create an empty game object. I'm going to reset its position right here. I'm going to go ahead into the animations, create animation. This will be in the assets, animations, right click, blood. There you go. Inside of here, right click. Oh no, so blood splashing after enemy death. Okay, a very long name for an animation. Now I'm going to choose all of these sprites. Go ahead and add them in here. Let's run this and see how that looks. Okay, that's a lot of blood. So I'm going to choose all of that and maybe make the pixels per unit a bit more, maybe 120 or 150. Apply that. Let's try this animation again. Boop. Okay, it is a bit smaller. Let's make it 10 seconds. Okay, maybe I'll even keep it for 20. Let's see. Okay, so I think 20 is good enough. Let's go. Next thing we're going to do is we're going into the enemy controller in here. We'll get a reference to the blood splatter. I'm going to go ahead and add it after the damage. So serialized field, which is going to be the, what should I call it? It's in a game object. Is the death splatter. Why death splatter? I'm not even sure. I'll just keep it at the end because all the effects, it's always better to add the effects at the end. Save that. What else should we do when we get destroyed right here? Oh, I added. Well, a huge mistake by me. Not in the player controller. Right here in the enemy. Save that. Okay, so you now have a head start over me because of my stupid mistakes. No worries, we save that. Scroll down to the enemy. Where does he die before he gets destroyed? I'm going to instantiate the death splatter at the transform dot position. So I hope you are well on your road, because I'm almost finished transform dot rotation, and maybe you're just waiting for me and laughing. So save that, everything is good. Go back in here, the game object, this is the blood splatter, save that. And the enemy, oh, so we're going to prefab this, so we'll go into the prefabs. Here we go, blood splatter, add it in here, go to the enemy, he gets the death splatter, remove it from the hierarchy, save that, run the game, shoot the enemy twice, he dies, and I can see the blood splatter, but oh, I think we forgot to make sure that the sprite renderer is on the, where should I add it? Or I can add a sorting layer. Let's see, let's think about this for a second. Maybe I can add, oh, so the enemies. Okay, great. So for the enemy, save that. And now, when we shoot the enemy twice, we should see the blood. Okay, great. So, but as you can see, we have it on loop. So I'm going to go into the animations, blood, and remove the loop time. Save that. Run the game again. And we should have a very nice splash of blood. And there you go, it disappears. We need to make sure that there are a couple of inconveniences. So at the end, we might want to go ahead and destroy this. So to do that, let's go into our scripts in here. And we've already created some kind of script, which was the impact effect destroyer. We can, by the way, let's go ahead and go into the prefabs, choose the blood splatter. We have this little lock in here. So this is no longer part of the challenge. This is something extra that we'll add. I even forgot about the destruction of this. And we can go ahead and add the impact effect destroyer. So now I can access this right here, and I can tell it that when we get to the last frame, and maybe we can even keep it for maybe a couple of milliseconds right here. So the blood is on the ground. After we finish, we add this little effect, remove the lock, and the animation event. What seems to be the problem here? Some kind of key. Let's open up. Okay, so we have the destroy, but for some reason the blood splashing after the enemy. Hey, welcome back. So there was a tiny problem when I added the event. I had something different. The problem was that if you don't have the blood splatter, for example, in the hierarchy, when you add an event, it looks a bit weird. Let me show you again. So I choose the blood splatter. In the animation, choose the blood splatter, so you can see there is no animation. We first need to add it in here in the hierarchy in our scene. Then we can go ahead and add the little event. Let me just do this one more time. So there you go, and about 50, I'm going to add this function right here. I'm going to access the destroy, save that, run the game. Now I kill the enemy with a couple of bullets. The splatter happens, boop, and then it gets removed by itself. We no longer have it in our hierarchy. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you did the challenge. Maybe you didn't do it as fast as me. You paused the video, you tried a couple of things yourself. It's a bit advanced. Everything that we used, we already know the instantiation, the the effect that we created, the animation, the transform dot position, all of that we've done. Maybe the only bit of challenge, maybe you didn't know where you should have added this. Maybe you added it after the destroy. I don't think that works if you've added it after the destroy. So with that done, make sure to commit your changes. I hope you enjoyed, and in the next video we are going to add some brutality to the way we hurt our enemy. So currently when we shoot him, he doesn't feel anything, but we will make sure that he does. And by the way, also we have the death animation that you can create for the enemy and add it to him when he dies, some kind of trigger. Maybe we'll do it later on. If you don't want to wait for my lazy behind, you can go ahead and do it right now in between videos. So I'll see you in the next one.